Welcome to the road between Ryde and Nettleston, and it's 5:53, sunrise at 6:26, I think, this morning, April the 8th, 2024. For the first time in a while, it's been quite promising, the conditions. I came out yesterday, took a few pictures, but a relatively disappointing sunrise, and I wasn't really expecting much given the way it was looking. We've had a lot of grey and wet weather over this Easter holiday, of which we're halfway through. This is the Monday of the second week. But today does look quite promising. There's like some cloud, some gaps in the cloud, a little bit of red in the sky when I looked at the webcam, the Luckham webcam. The Sandown webcam apparently is coming back when whoever runs it gets the Wi-Fi signal restored. So that'll be good. It's just that those webcams are a good way of checking what the conditions are like, and it did look reasonably promising. So I'm on my way. I think I'm going to drive round to St Helens. The tide, low tide was at 5, so it's coming in, but it should be a reasonable way out. So that might give a bit of beach to play with. In my mind, it was halfway between should I go to Priory Bay? Should I go to the cafe between Shanklin and Sandown to get like a shot from the top there that I'd like to get at some point, but maybe leave that another few weeks. So maybe just go to St Helens where I can get the car close and just see how the morning develops. And it's quite good if I want to do a time lapse on the Insta360 I've got in the car here. It's quite a good position to do that. So maybe I'll do that. So right, let's press on towards St Helens. Okay, very nice, as you can see. Just some pastely pinks on the horizon. The tide a long way out. I might be able to get the shot of the sun rising behind the fort, as I've done before, but maybe, like today, it might be really good with the cloud as it is. Some nice colour near the lifeboat station. So I'm just going to, I haven't done my laces up yet, so I'll do my laces up, and then I'll get out and take a few pre-sunrise shots. Very nice. Okay, about 13 minutes to sunrise. Some of the bright kind of pinks are beginning to go a bit. But I'm going to I'm going to walk around here a little bit north to get a view coming back across the tower, not across the tower, across the fort for sunrise. So I've just taken some with this as a leading line with some nice pinks in the background, and we'll take it from there. So again, just a beautiful morning. This is so whaley ways the best part of the day. What a beautiful morning. Tranquil, birds singing, lots of pinks in the sky. Absolutely fantastic. So I've just been shooting from this position here
I've just moved the camera back a little bit, but I've gone to take one of the tower, which I don't think will come out particularly well, but I've done a double exposure and then we'll blend it. So hopefully that might come out okay with the reds behind, or the pinks. Right, so now I'm going to get the long lens on and focus really on the St. Helens fort, I think, and maybe some of the ships out there, and the foreground here, the rocks kind of is a leading line towards the fort and the red sky. So fantastic. All right, let's get the telephoto lens on. So 1 minute to sunrise. I don't know if I've actually set it up 100% right, but the ships are complicating things a little bit in terms of the composition. But I've only managed to get a tiny bit of separation between the fort and the ship on either side of the fort in the background. And then the sun is going to sort of come up behind it. And then it's going to swing over the fort. So I'm hoping to get the sun kind of above the fort with the two ships with a tiny bit of separation. It's a shame they weren't a little bit further apart. I can't go to the left or to the right without losing part of one of the ships, and then that looks a bit not so good. Well, there's a flock of gulls sweep across the sky. If they're not gulls, some other form of bird life. And it's pretty much sunrise time, and it's absolutely beautiful. Look, absolutely beautiful. The guy's walking his dog along the beach. Very, very tranquil, crystal clear air. The one thing really I don't miss about Doha, I do miss Doha in many respects, but the quality of the air is definitely something I do not miss about Doha. And the Isle of Wight is the exact opposite. We've got beautiful, beautiful clean air. Right, here comes the sun. Let's take a few pictures. So we're 2 minutes after sunrise, and you can see the sun is kind of going to swing and going to come above the fort, which hopefully should be nice with the cloud patterns the way it is. So of course today's the day of the solar eclipse in many parts of the United States. So Laurie, if you're happening to see this in Austin in Texas, I hope you have a great time looking at the sun, as I'm trying to do here without blinding myself, trying to get it above the fort. So I've just put on like a graduated ND filter, a 3-stop, to just try and take the sun's intensity down a little bit, and I'm snapping away. I'm like I can't really move very much without kind of losing a bit of perspective on the with the ships behind. They're drifting. I don't think, maybe I'll just abandon that and just take it as it is, as it were. All right, let's give it a go. Okay, so I've just shifted round a little bit as the sun continues to rise. Now, because of the cloud, and we're not seeing the sun clearly, it can shoot towards the sun a bit longer than normal. And if you get to this position, one of the ships disappears behind the fort, and then you get quite a nice symmetrical sort of symmetrical position, and you get two ships, one on either side. So as it gets a bit higher, I've moved to that position, and let's see if we can get a composition. It looks quite nice as well, the way the sun's streaking across the water and then hitting these kind of rocks, so it can use a bit of foreground. So okay, it'll go soon. This is probably my last attempt at this composition. As is the way of things, there's another boat now going behind, so I'm just waiting for that to disappear behind the fort, so it doesn't spoil my composition here. And right, okay, there it goes. I like this kind of like goldy sort of light. Right, F11, 1/50th of a second there. Okay, so that was a very, very enjoyable morning's photography. Really good, beautiful weather. Hopefully, there's a bit of cloud around, but we should have a nice day today here on the Isle of Wight, which is a bit of a change for this Easter period. As I was saying on the way across, if that bit's come out, very disappointing, the weather in the first week of the Easter holidays, so hopefully a bit of an improvement now. So on this beautiful April the 8th morning, thank you for joining me, and I will see you on the next one.